Hello everybody, welcome to the CV analysis session. So let me introduce myself. My name is Maria, I'm originally from Ukraine. I am current student in IE University, just finished my third year, and I got an internship in private equity in New York. How? Let's take a look at my CV. Let's start from the beginning, the contact session. It's super important to put there your phone number and the email. Why? Because if the person wants to forward your CV to another relevant person or to another company, it's super important for them to have your contacts right there so they can reach out directly. Next session is the summary. There you should put the most important information about you that highlights your strength and also your availability for the internship. So the people would understand from the beginning when are you available. Also, it's very important to include if you have the right to work. As you can see here, I have UK work permit. I also have received an internship offer in London and I applied with this version of the CV. For the US, I didn't have any authorization to work, and I would explain that how I did it in the next video. But if you don't have any right to work, please don't include that. If you have the right to work, be sure to include that in your summary section. Let's move to the education section of your CV. So it's super important to include the expected date of your graduation so the companies can understand when are you available full-time. And important moment, if your GPA is 8 and higher, include that in your CV because it's your strong selling point. If your GPA is lower than 8, please do not include that in your resume. It is also important to include relevant courses that you have taken in your university, and if you have any scholarship, fellowships, it is cool to have that in the education section. Now is the most important experience section. As you can see from my CV, I have a big variety of experiences, from founding my own startup, OptiApply, you may know it, and I have also worked in consulting. I worked for a startup, I worked for a venture capital fund, and also I was organizing side events during the World Economic Forum in Davos. So let's take a look how I positioned all my experiences. For OptiApply, as you can see, at that moment I had 29 success cases. So it's super important to show numbers in your CV. For instance, like I increased sales by like X%, or I made like this amount of collaborations, or etc. Also, small tip for the CV. It's super convenient for companies to evaluate your experience when you make a short 2-3 word description of the companies you were interning before. For instance, as you can see, OptiApply, connecting interns with companies, so we can understand what is the company doing, like on Davos, side events at World Economic Forum. Then TDJ Ventures, venture fund investing in growth stage startups, so they can understand at which company you were interning before and which role did you do. Also, let's take a look that I'm trying not to repeat words in my CV. For instance, secured, selected, supervising, built, assisted, prepared, identified, learned, gained, conducted, reviewed, devised, and prepared again. But the words are not repeating, and we are not seeing these common mistakes made by students like I did this task. Please use synonyms. Let's move to extracurricular activities. What is important to show here? That you had like leadership experience, teamwork experience, or other type of experiences that show your personality. For me, for instance, I used to play tennis professionally, and I think tennis built my character for sure. I'm super disciplined. I'm making this comment just for you guys to understand how recruiters or people who are hiring you think when they see these kinds of experiences. To finalize, In summary, include your strong points. Always include your contact details. In the experiences, highlight your accomplishments in numbers. Also, don't repeat same words, use synonyms, and make the most of your experiences you did before. If you need any help to secure your internship, contact Opti Apply.